What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about hologram, I want to do my weekly update on what's been influencing it, what shorts have been doing, and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So hologram on Friday did hit a new 52 weekend all-time low of 422. Over the last week alone, it went down 15%. So things aren't going really according to plan for hologram. One thing I do anticipate to come at least in the next week is another prospectus, and you can kind of refer back to my previous videos on why I feel that is coming. But aside from that though, they did put out news, I believe it was on Wednesday, and that was this. So MicroCloud Hologram develops a noise resistant deep quantum neural network architecture to optimize training efficiency for quantum learning tasks. So I think that they just overcomplicate things. I've complained about this in the past, and to be fully fair, I don't think that they are writing any of these. It's just AI, and they're just trying to use a lot of keywords. So algorithmic trading will kind of pick up on that and a lot of the hot topics and push it higher, right? This is why we've seen a lot of quantum stocks move higher, and this is why they use quantum multiple different times in this. Again, it's all about frequency, no different than YouTube videos. Some individuals and some influencers will put, for instance, a keyword multiple different times in their description and in their title in hopes that the algorithm and whoever searching that one word will pick up on that. So if someone's searching quantum, MicroCloud Hologram anticipates this news to pop up, right? So it's a little bit sketchy. It goes to show that hologram at least knows what they're doing behind the scenes to try to trick AI. But for the most part, all of this is just fluff. And honestly, the only reason why they are doing this is to avoid what has happened to them in the past and what just happened to MicroAlgo. So on Friday, it went down 21%, similarly hit a new 52 weekend all-time low of 85 cents. And this is something I did state was going to happen to hologram because, as you can kind of see, there was this in MicroAlgo's case. There was a 6K that was submitted after hours on Thursday. Ultimately, a special meeting of creditors, and lo and behold, a reverse stock split. A 1-for-30 reverse stock split is being proposed. Also, raising of the authorized share count. So it's literally exactly what's going to be coming for hologram. As I've stated time and time again, I feel like it is going to be coming tail end of Q3, possibly early Q4. That's just given the trajectory of what is happening with hologram. You do still honestly see a lot of individuals, such as like even on Reddit, just saying, hey, is this just like a ploy by big money just to get people to kind of sell, right? So for instance, this one stood out. It's just absolute craziness. I feel like every time I've seen this, it reminds me of like the back in the day AMC and GameStop. Hey, we're ready for a squeeze. There's so much like naked shorting happening behind the scenes, which I get it. In some cases, I'm sure that is actually happening, but like hologram honestly has done all the damage to themselves by using a lot of these convertible notes. And I've brought this up. A lot of people disagree with me. I feel like less and less now, because how can you argue with me when the stock price over the last 1 year is down 99.62%? And I've been warning people at the peak, because I've been covering this for about a year and a half, since February 2024. I said, hey, you're going to lose all your equity, even if you are like right here. Even if right here, I've been saying this time and time again, even if you get in right now thinking, hey, you know what, this is a good swing trade. If you get trapped, oh, I'm just going to wait for the next spike and get out. Unfortunately, that doesn't work in hologram's case. So you do see like a lot of this type of mentality. Is a boom coming? Are hedgies spamming us so we can sell our garbage shares, or let them live, or whatever the hell he's saying? I don't know. But nonetheless, nobody is spamming Reddit pages because they're trying to manipulate or do something based on what Ortex is portraying. For instance, on Friday, shorts did increase 16,000 shares, and considering on Friday there was 2.2 million shares, that's not going to do anything to the stock price whatsoever. So at the end of the day, if you believe that manipulation is happening, then keep on buying, do what you need to do, fight against the man, fight against the power. I'm fully supportive of that. But realistically, I kind of beg to differ, thinking that it is going to continue to trend down. But again, based on Ortex, 23.94% of the free floats being shorted, works to be 914,000 shares. This is why I do see some influencers talking about hologram being a squeeze play, because this is exactly what the market does like to squeeze: somewhat heavily shorted and low float. I think a lot of those influencers don't really dive deep. They just simply look at this information and say, hey, it is a squeeze. They look at the chart, see in the past it's went up substantially numerous times, and say, hey, it's overdue for a breakout. So at the end of the day, that's kind of, influencers don't really do much due diligence on a lot of these stocks. They just like to get views and hype people up. Me, on the other hand, I really don't care if I get 10 views, 100 views. I'm saying my piece, and nobody ever can come back to me and say, hey, you know what, you gave wrong information. You were wrong about this. So yes, I get it. I might come off as arrogant. My apologies on that. But at this stage in the game, I'm just trying to warn individuals of hologram. There still is a chance that they can turn this around. Just to be fully fair, market cap right now is 21 million. I do estimate that they have, after paying back all their pre-existing notes, and let's say they don't pursue that anymore, don't get any more notes, they have roughly around, I'd say 5 to 10, maybe even $12 million in cash equivalents. So that should last them, again, assuming they haven't really ramped up on any production or any expenses, that should last them about a year and a half based on previous earnings. So at the end of the day, pretty much take this divided by 2. That should be their price in reality. But I know how a lot of these companies work. It's kind of a vicious cycle, so they will be relying on more and more of those notes. So it is regrettably going to continue to trend down because the company doesn't want to fix their own mistakes. That's just moral of the story. So let me know your thoughts on hologram. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? I know a lot of people do message me, say, hey, you know what, you're completely right about hologram. I'm stuck. But it's honestly too late for me to get out. I'm pretty much just going down with the ship. And honestly, that happens. A lot of people just don't see a point in selling just to get like a cent on the dollar or 2 cents on the dollar. It just doesn't make sense logically. And I get it. You keep it in your portfolio as a learning lesson, as a signal. Do not make this mistake again, and blah, blah, blah. So let me know your viewpoint on hologram. So this is my weekly update. Hopefully everyone has a good weekend. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. If you are looking for a lot of good buy signals, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. One I actually, even at the beginning of this week, I gave as a signal. It did double, and most likely it's going to be going up a little bit more as well. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.